Hello, loved ones. Thank you for joining me today. And if you're new to the channel, then welcome to the family. Today, we will be reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 15, Episode 10, and this is our couples review. This episode was called Moody Monthversaries, and moody it was. Please subscribe so that you can be part of the congregation, and please comment so that you can be part of the conversation. And with that, let's get started. Welcome to Fueled by Intentions, where we talk about faith, family, finances, fitness, and fun. Sponsored by Bynum's Business Solutions, where the right fit is made simple. We specialize in tips, tools, and strategies designed to help you achieve your financial health so that you can take control of how you spend your money so that you can spend more time with your family, friends, and doing the things you love. So let's jump right into the video. Morgan and Ben. We first see Morgan on day 27. Now, when we left off on Morgan and Ben, Morgan was storming out of the apartment saying that Alexis had told her everything that Ben had said, and that was on day 25. So this is on day 27, and we see Morgan talking to her friend Deborah, and she is spilling all the tea, telling her friend that Ben has still continued to talk to Justin on a daily basis, and he has been lying to her because she asked him not to do that. And then they show this flashback scene to day 25, where Morgan is storming out of the apartment and Ben kind of runs after her. Well, she admits he kind of runs after her, and she makes a point that she kept on walking. She went to her car. I guess she's going to her house. So she gets in her car and she leaves. And a couple of minutes later, Alexis texts her and let her know that Ben is at her apartment. So Ben is at Alexis and Justin's apartment. So Ben then calls Morgan on FaceTime, and she really rips him a new one, saying that, there he goes again. He needed to go talk to somebody else. Alexis is in the background saying, hey, what, I told him he needs to talk to you. And then she tells Ben, she really belittled him. She really ripped him a new one. But she then tells Ben that he needs to go home right away. And I felt like I was listening to a mom talk to her son, and they need to work it out. And you hear Ben say, okay, he's going to go home and he's going to wait until she is ready. So now we get this episode on day 27, and she's letting her friend know that she still hasn't talked to Ben, but she's mad at him because she feels like he ran to Alexis and Justin. But my thing is if you leave out the door, I tried to trace you and you keep on walking, but you've told me that this other person has told you some information about me, and that's why you're mad. I would go to the person too. So I really don't have a problem with Ben going over to Alexis and asking her, what did you say to Morgan? She left the house, she left in a huff, and she's not talking to me. So I don't know what Morgan thought Ben was supposed to do. I think that he's so confused. She talked to him like a 3-year-old in most of the episodes. So I don't know what's going to happen with this couple. But we do see Morgan is really upset. The thing about it is she didn't really say what he said. So, and the only thing that she recited again is the whole thing about her being a nurse and him not believing it. And we know that was on the honeymoon. So it makes me think that it's a lot of smoke, and that she just is a person who, if she doesn't get her way exactly, then she's, in a huff. And you cannot be that way in marriage. And you have to talk things through. Now, I ain't faulting them for not talking for 2 or 3 days. I've been there, I've done that, and that is a part of my personality as well. It is not good. But I understand that, but I think it makes it worse when you're in an experiment and you only have Meredith, they have 8 weeks, 2 months, 60 days in order to get it together. So that was the first we saw of Morgan and Ben. We then see Morgan on day 30 in her morning montage. And she lets us know that she is not excited to talk to Ben. She is tired, she is mentally drained, but she needs to talk to him, and she wants to hear what he has to say. Now, this is on day 30, so it lets us know that they still have not talked when the whole incident happened on day 25. That night, we see Morgan at the Martial Arts Center, and she goes into boxing to get out some aggression. She lets us know that they have plans for their anniversary on the 31st in order to go back to their venue, and she is going to have a lot to say. So I think it's kind of weird that she just has not reached out to him at all. Doesn't sound like they talked at all in this whole time. And also I'm wondering why they're not showing us Ben, or showing us Ben's thoughts. And I think it is production, because I think that I think they're doing the build up because Morgan is so mad. But I feel like if we saw Ben's side of the story, which I'm sure they're taping, they just didn't make the editing floor, that, I think that he may have said more about what the problem is, because I feel like at this point, we really don't know what the problem is, because I don't see any problem with Ben talking to Justin, even if she said no. Like, she's not his mom, so that's who he wants to talk to. He feels like he can trust Justin, and he can. Justin didn't say anything. It was Alexis. So I feel like that's something you can work out. And I cannot see Ben saying anything derogatory about Morgan, because I don't think that there is anything derogatory to say about Morgan at this point. We see she doesn't really talk a lot, so I'm not sure. I really wish I knew what the conversation was about, which would give me a better estimate. But at this time, I just think that Morgan is being Morgan, and she is pouting over nothing until I kind of know what the conversation is about. We then see Ben and Morgan on day 31, and they are meeting at their wedding venue, and Ben arrives hopeful. He says he has not talked to Morgan, but he hopes this is a step for them to take the walls down. He is hoping after dinner they can go back to their honeymoon suite and continue to get to know each other. Ben gives Morgan flowers, and Morgan throws them down. Morgan says she was excited to write her vows, but her vows are not for Ben. Morgan is giving Ben this one opportunity to explain himself and have a real conversation. Morgan is upset because she believes Ben is talking to Justin about their marriage, and she has asked him not to talk about their issues with the other couples. But I don't understand this, because she is on a show where they design scenes for you to talk about your issues and your marriage to the other couples on camera. So she is mad because Ben talked to Justin about their marriage off camera. I don't know. I'm confused. She then again brings up the whole thing about her being a nurse, and that was the honeymoon issue. And Ben looks like he is so confused. He is like, we covered that. Morgan says one of the things that Ben told Justin is that Morgan is upset because her family is not perfect like his is. And I don't think that Ben would say that, because last week on camera, Ben let us know that he feels like his family loves him for what he does and not for who he is. And I think that that is far from perfect. So that doesn't sound like something he would say or bring up. And I don't know, like, are you that upset because I said my family is better than, I don't know, like that seems like a really petty reason if that is the issue that he is talking about, and you're mad about it. But it doesn't fit with the rest of the things that we've seen on camera. The issues that she brought up was also the nursing issue, which is an old issue that they covered at the honeymoon. And she says that Ben is not fully grasping what he has done. And I felt like when she said that she was talking to a 3-year-old child. Morgan appears to be just belligerent in this scene. She was so disrespectful, I think, and I don't know. I think that she never let Ben talk. I don't think she let him allowed him to have a piece of the conversation. And she told her friend that on the phone that wasn't her. She's never done that before, but I think that is consistent with her behavior. I think that is consistent. When she gets upset with you, she is not going to let you talk. She is not going to let you get your point in. And if you are not saying exactly what she wants you to say, then, too bad for you. And then he is so more reserved. So I feel like he has a harder time getting his words out. Because at the end, he was like, well, I was just trying to defend myself. And I'm like, you didn't do a good job of it unless they just didn't show it. So I don't know. What do you think? She does sit down with him at the table, and he does admit that he's talking to Justin about his issues, but Justin is somebody that he feels like he can trust. And, she says, hey, that's what I told you not to do. And so I feel like she's saying, you know what, you don't do anything that I don't tell you to do. And I think that's more of a parent-child relationship. You can't make your husband not do something. You can't make a grown adult, forget your husband, you can't make a grown adult not do something because you told them not to. Now, you can be upset about it and you can renegotiate it, and you can say, I've asked you not to do this. You said you wouldn't do it. Where do we go from here? And you did betray my trust. But I don't think that she should have just talked to him like he was a 3-year-old. She does want to talk to the experts, and I'm like, where are the experts? I mean, they should have come to the rescue already. It has been 6 days and the experts haven't reached out to have a conversation with them. Now, I think that 6 days is too long on a 60-day show. The experts should have already reached out to them to try to help them resolve this issue. They see the footage, they know what's going on. Morgan did say that she was not going to stop the experiment, that she wants him to see her daily, to see what he has done to her and to see her pain. But I'm like, am I watching a Lifetime movie called Hostage? Because it sounded like she was going to hold him hostage to her pain. But I don't think that she's going to do that, because in order to do that, she would have to move back into the apartment for him to see her daily and see her pain. And I think that she is going to continue to avoid him and continue to stay at her own home. So I would really interested to see how that is going to go. But she then, kind of walks off, and Ben goes to the honeymoon suite, and he looks so sad. He then looks at the pictures, looks at their vows, gets his bag, and then rolls off into the sunset. Oh my God, I just don't know. I don't think that Alexis should have told Morgan that Ben and Justin were talking. I think that if she felt like it was something that wasn't supposed to be said, that she should have told Justin that he needs to deal with it with Ben. Because I feel like Alexis telling Morgan that betrayed the trust that Justin had in his wife. He was talking in his own home on speakerphone, and sometimes, maybe he would share things with her. And I think that he's just not going to do that. So she's ruining the trust between her and her husband. But Justin, maybe he's forgiven. He'll give her another opportunity. But I understand it's a tricky situation because they all don't know each other. So they don't know each other's intentions, and, so that's kind of weird. But I think that Alexis really took a dig at Justin by betraying his trust, and Morgan got mixed up in it. Alexis had a lot to say about this subject on the after party. So if you haven't seen my after party review and what I think about what Alexis said about this issue, then check out that next. Do you think this couple is going to make it? Do you think Alexis should have told? And do you think that Morgan is right in chastising Ben for talking to Justin if he agreed not to? And what did you think about Ben? Do you think that he'll be able to stand up for himself, or do you think that this is just doomed to destruction? So let me know what you think by commenting in the comment section. Be sure to move on to the next video and see what's up with the next couple. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, live with intention. Be intentional.